everyone, it's Anne from Anneliese's Creations. I'm here to show you how to put together an artist trading card. It's a butterfly theme for a Instagram group that I'm on, or in I should say. So enjoy my process, everyone. So I've got the cards, these cards all done for this butterfly one that I'm doing, and they're nice, and I put them already on using Mod Podge in the mat. I had some left over from some other cards I did last Showing you the napkin. It's a napkin I got. I can't remember where I bought it at. I think it was Cost Plus World Market, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and I want to add a little bit more color to the background before I get started on another step. So I'm going to quickly do that. And I'm going to use, let's see, what color am I going to use today? I'm going to use the Cobalt Turquoise Hue Deco Art Media Line Fluid Acrylics, all right? So that's what I'm going to use. And I think I'm just going to put it directly on the cards. So then I'm going to go ahead and dry these off camera. So I'll be back in a few. So I'm back. So I let this dry, and it has the decoupage crystal glitter, okay, which already has like glitter in it. And I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, see the sparkly, shiny stuff? That's the glitter. It's really cool. So next, what I want to do is I'm going to add some acrylic inks. This one is the PFW by De La Rowney. It's the pearlescent, and this is the yellow, I believe. Yeah, I think it's yellow. Just yellow. And then I have a blue, kind of a pretty blue here. It's Sunup Blue, it's called. Okay, I see where the names are. Hot Cool Yellow, okay? So I'm going to use the blue first, and I'm going to do a drippy drippy, because I like my drippy drippies. So 1 drippy drippy, 2, 3, and 4 drippy drippies. And I'm just going to let it drip. Okay, see that? Nice drippy drippy. I like my drippy drippies. I like splatters too, so we'll see if I'll add splatters to this. I'm not sure yet. So I'm going to dry this off camera, and then I'll be back. Right. So next I'm going to do my yellow, all right? Yellow drippy drippy. So, oops, this one doesn't want to come out. Sometimes the droppers get clogged, and I don't know why, but they do. So to alleviate that, sometimes if that doesn't quite work, I just get a pipette. So I'll use a pipette if my dropper gets clogged in the middle of working. All right, so there's my drippy drippies, and I'm just putting the excess back into the ink. So there's my drips. All right, and I'm going to let that dry off camera, and then I'll be back. Excuse me, I got a frog in my throat all of a sudden. Man, excuse me, allergies, wow. Okay, I've got my Aleene's Tacky Glue, and I've got a piece of lace, so I'm going to glue this down at the top here. I've decided I'm not going to go with splatters because it may cover the back too much, and I want this background to kind of show through from the napkin a little bit. Okay. So that's going to get glued down here, and I'm going to put, what am I going to put down now? I don't know. Actually, I do. Okay. So you've seen me taking a tin can, embossing the tin, cutting it out, embossing it, and then cutting it using my Sizzix Big Shot. So that's what I've done with this. I used a die. So the name of the die is called Basic Shapes by Sizzix, and it's one of the platform kind, okay? So I basically cut out the shape because I just wanted the butterfly. I didn't want all these other shapes. So I just cut out the piece of it to that about the approximate size to run it through. And then cut it, first I did a embossing folder, and then I ran it through. Now you could use this side if you wanted to from the can, or this side, and I'm going to use the silver side. I'm not going to even paint it. I'm just going to leave it the way it is, and I'm going to glue it down from the body part of the butterfly. And so that when, I'm going to mail it, so it's going to mail flat, but then once they take it out, they can fold up the wings again like that and hold it on display like this. So it's going to look kind of like that. So I thought that would be really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue down. Okay, and this is for my artist trading card group that I belong to on Instagram. This isn't for my altered mixed media playing cards because this isn't a playing card that I used. I'll show you the back first before I glue this down. It's a cereal box, okay? I use, instead of buying fancy schmancy, papers for your artist trading cards, you can use a cereal box. Occasionally I will use watercolor paper for if I'm going to be painting something directly on the card, before I even, instead of decoupaging on, I may paint first. So if I do that, then I'll use a watercolor paper. And I always buy the pads, so I cut them to size. They do sell watercolor paper artist trading cards in a packet. And to me, why waste the money when you've got things around that you can use at home? And so that's one of the tips, okay, for that. And then my altered playing cards, if you wanted to turn this into an altered playing card, you could just use a playing card. But I always like to show a little bit of the card showing through. So if I did that, I would probably cut, not decoupage all the way over. I might leave a little piece of the area showing through from behind, the background of the card. So that's a suggestion. If you're in my altered mixed media playing card group, and you want to do a card like this, then you could just use your playing card instead. But this is for my artist trading card group that I belong to on Instagram. Okay, so I'm just trying to get enough glue down on the spine of the butterfly's body. And I want to glue it at an angle, and I'm just going to hold it down for a few seconds. Just like that. Whoops, come on, work for me, please work for me. Okay. There we go. And I'm just going to turn on a little heat to try to set the glue a little bit so that it's sticking. And there's that. Now I'm going to get some gems and I'm going to bling it up a little bit. So I'll be right back. All right, so I've picked out my gems. So I'm going to put these on. I'm going to put one right here. And one right here. Okay, and let's see, what else? I think that looks good the way it is. And now I'm going to use a metallic. It's kind of a green. It's a fine metallic. They're called Infinity Permanent markers. And I got these at Target quite a while ago. So I'm just going around the edge of the card with this. Add a little bit more interest to the card. There we go, and I'm going to go along the edge here at the top. Just like that. Whoops. Well, it would help if I was in frame, right? Wouldn't it? So there you have it. So I hope you enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed doing this. It was a challenge because this artist trading card group that I belong to, this year's prerequisites or requirements, I should say, is that we add as many layers as we can, that we use some type of fabric, or we sew onto the card, or, you know, just adding those layers and lots of different elements. And so, yeah, and the way it works is that there's 9 of us in the group, you know, well, not 9, yeah. Is there 9 of us? Yeah, 9 of us in the group. And so we mail it to the leader of the pack. Elizabeth is her name. And if you're watching, Elizabeth, hi. She is the one that started this ATC group, and she started it like in the middle of last year, and then this year she asked me if I wanted to be a part of it, and I said, yeah, I would love to. So what we do is we send all the cards to her, and then with $1 for postage, and sometimes I think it's extra, that it's going to be extra. So I always add a little bit of extra money to the pot so that she has something to, you know, enough money to cover the postage. And then she wraps everything all up to 9 of us. So she sends 9 of the different cards that all of 9 of us have made, and then mails them off for us. So it works out really great. So it's an awesome way of doing a group if you're in a small group like that. So here it is. I really loved making this. This was a lot of fun. It had me thinking out of the box, and I think I did a pretty good job. What do you think? Tell me what your thoughts are. And talk to you later, guys. Bye. Toodles. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, comment, share, all that jazz, and I shall see you next time. Listen to some music. It's good for your mind, body, and soul. Bye. Have a wonderful day.